Sometimes it's a lonely call, so I just make believe. If you're gonna take a chance, then take a chance on me. Do you wanna go back to where we started? Back before we were broken hearted. Come my way, come, I gotta tell ya. You fit my little Cinderella. Every little thing you do is like a tidal wave, a fire deep within those eyes. The kill is so cliche. Dance, my little rebel girl, and show me how you move. Let me take you in my arms and into the back room. Do you wanna go back to where we started? Back before we were broken hearted. Come my way, come, I gotta tell ya. You fit my little Cinderella. Do you wanna go back to where we started? Back before we were broken hearted. Come my way, come, I gotta tell ya. You fit my little Cinderella. I'm lost in nerves, I can't recover. I die inside, unlike any other. My way, come my little girl. Come back. Do you wanna go back to where we started? Back before we were broken hearted. Come my way, come, I gotta tell ya. That you fit my little Cinderella. Do you wanna go back to where we started? Back before we were broken hearted. Come my way, come, I gotta tell ya. The shoe fits my little Cinderella.
If I were the devil, if I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population. But I wouldn't be
Man. It sure feels good to have this website done and everything. I feel really good about it. I feel like I've done something big here. It's the start of a new age. Start of a new age. Also, we can't get banned now. It's impossible, right? If we get banned, I just like change the source. We can't. We're unbannable. I was thinking, turn the music down a bit. I was thinking that about when I saw Action Man get banned. I'm like, how do you have so much money and resources and you can be banned? You freaking fool. You freaking fool. How can you get banned? How can you have that much money and get banned? Come on. I'm unbannable, and I'm much smaller than Action Man. He could do it. People, I load up Twitter. It's always, I try to interact with other things. I know people keep saying, if you interact with stuff that you don't like, you're going to get more of it. I know. But even if I don't, AI's all over the thing, man. Like, it's what people are talking about, whether I like it or not. They're complaining so bad, man. Money don't fix stupid. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm just saying, why doesn't he hire someone like me? There's got to be someone like me in his audience somewhere, right? Like, you would think. All I did was work with a robot, man. And, I guess, here's the thing. Everybody says the robots are so easy to work with, right? And they're so easy to do and blah, blah, blah. But how many people are actually making things? It's a fraction of people, isn't it? Maybe at 10% maybe 20% at most. I'm accounting for people we don't see, like working at companies and stuff. Let's say 10%, let's say 50%, something like this. Most people just say they could do it. They just go, oh, I could do it with AI, but they haven't even tried. I doubt most of them could, to be honest with you. I doubt most of them could do it. I'd like to see it. Like I saw somebody, I was arguing with somebody, and they were like, I could use a robot to translate and do what you do. It's like, no, you couldn't. And I could build visualizers with AI. No, you can't. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see somebody build visualizers like I do. I found one guy that uses magic. I accidentally spoiled to his audience that he uses magic too. I found him, and I was hanging out there, and I was like, do you use magic or something else? And then he's like, I'm Orthodox. I don't, which that was pretty funny. But, he didn't know how to cover for it, right? And he was, like, nervous. And so then he, gives up, and he's like, it was my secret. I was trying to keep it a secret. And I was like, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to spoil that. I didn't mean to share your secret. I was just curious, you know? I'm just curious. My curiosity gets you in a lot of trouble, doesn't it? Gets you in a lot of trouble. Today's spooky ghost here, Gummy. Gets you in a lot of trouble. That's all it does is get me in trouble, honestly. But I wouldn't be me without it, so I just gotta accept I get myself in trouble. But I thought it was funny though, nonetheless. And also, it's so rare to actually find someone to use in it. Magic is like... And then he's like, I was like, bro, I'm happy to finally find someone that uses it. And he's like, well, now it's not going to be just us. I still think it is though, because it takes a lot of work to make visualizers. Which is my point here. People think they're like so easy to make. They're not. Show me. You make one. Show me. Everybody thinks they could do anything. We live in the age of like narcissists that just like think they could do anything but don't do anything. They just imagine they're doing things. They're like, with AI, I could do anything. So do it, man. Why aren't you doing it then? Like I see people complaining about AI in video games. It's like nothing's stopping you from making video games. Like people really don't get it, right? The market is democracy. It is how you do things. If you want to make something, figure out a way to fund it, make it, and, you know, get people to buy it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. And I mean, it's not, you can do things, if you fund it yourself, you can put whatever you want into the world. I kind of think of the stream as part of my project to pursue mutual aid. Because I'm translating games, right? I'm doing a thing. And maybe some people want to see these games, they've never seen them before. So maybe it's of value to someone. So, I'm reformatting our whole thing to a new economy now. It's all going to be around the NFTs, the scam cards now. Next time I take it down, I have a couple fixes to make to the website too. I'm thinking I'll just work on the live site instead of working on an offline site. I'm just going to work on the live site when I'm not live. I'm just going to back it up first. So like if anything I break, I can just fix. I can just put back. But I'm going to download the whole copy of the site somewhere, and then just work on the live site, and then we break anything, replace it. Cause I could work on it offline, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to work on the live site. Just, you know, move fast and break things. I'll get it fixed soon enough. I'll just do it when I'm not live, you know, so it shouldn't be a problem. The hosting costs seem pretty reasonable so far. If I blow up though, they'll cost more because it's like scales based on how much I use, right? But that would be a good problem to have, you know. It seems pretty reasonable so far though. They had like the standard little virtual server that was like supposed to be like $5 a month. I got the one that was $8. However, it still like records usage. So I think it could be a little more expensive than that. But yeah, I've been watching it. It doesn't seem like it's going to be very much. We'll see. We'll see after a month. We'll see after a month how much it costs me. But really, that doesn't. I mean, as long as it's reasonable, it's fine. I paid more expenses than that for the stream. Paid way more expenses than that. As it is right now, if I get like $10, I cover it, you know, over the month. I think that's probably going to be accurate. That's not very, you know, there's not much to have to cover. I still do the restream though. That's an expense I would like to get rid of. I might just do all of them manually. I have the bandwidth for it now. But then I have to set up my own combined chat widget thing. It's pretty reasonable. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Especially for the utility it's going to provide as it goes on. Like, I want to expand. I mean, you can see in the search thing that the subtitles are far from perfect. The YouTube subtitles are far from good. They're okay. But it's already useful with them being okay. So what I need to do is to remember when I go to sleep to turn on the transcriber thing, because it takes a long time to transcribe a video. Like when I go to sleep, it transcribes like, I don't know, anywhere from like 10 to 50 of them, depending on how long they are. Like 10-ish for sleep, I would say for sure. So I gotta remember to keep turning that on. Cause I got like 50 or 60 done already out of the, what is it? And like a couple hundred I gotta do before. And so we have like 700 VODs in total, something like that, 600, 700 in total. 300 YouTube automatically did. So that leaves me with like 300 to do ish, right? And then after I get those done, I'll redo the YouTube ones. After I get that done, I'll redo the YouTube ones. And then when we get to that point, that'll be nice. That means our search thing will work really well. I can make a really cool notebook based on the stream. We can basically, I'm gonna put all my transcripts in the notebook LLM, and then we can ask it questions about anything, like if that's ever happened in the stream. It'll be really useful, and we can make it build things too, like summaries and it's crazy how it can parse all those things and pick out the right things, but it can do it. So we should take advantage of it. I like the idea of my stream being on like the very cutting edge of all the AI stuff, especially because it's the storyline that like is about AI and post-humanism and all this kind of stuff. Even if it's gonna make a lot of what do I call them? A lot of the grasshoppers. Let's call them grasshoppers. A lot of the grasshoppers annoyed that I'm using AI art. They don't like it one bit. But I love it, man. I love that we can talk to robots now. And again, I don't think people don't understand what's happening, man. Here's what's happening. We're reaching the natural conclusion of trying to figure out how to communicate with robots with natural language. That's it. That's it, man. That's all it is. Like, people are freaking out so much, but that's all it is, man. All we're doing is figuring out how we can communicate with robots. None of their functionality is new. Like, computers could do all this stuff, right? Computers could search things. It's not a search engine. It's it's the ability to talk to a computer is what we're developing, right? It's the ability to just communicate what you want it to do. Like, even, I mean, every usage is just that. Like, making the art is that. Making the music is that, right? It's just about being able to tell the robot what you want. Like, hey, I want a person sitting in a chair. Before, robots wouldn't understand what the hell that meant, right? When they don't know what the fuck you're saying when you say that. But now, they go, oh, okay. A chair, a person in a chair. They know from their training data what you're talking about, and so they can do it. Same with the music. You just tell them what to make, and they can make it, because they can already make music. You can already make digital music. We already passed, like, what people aren't realizing is we passed the like singularity in all these fields, the point where digital could do it a long time ago. We just didn't have the means to tell the robot, like, cleanly. It took a lot of work to get the robot to do what you wanted to do, the computers to understand. In fact, I mean, they never really understood. They were like, you had to learn programming language, you had to learn how to use video software, you had to learn how to use picture editing software, etc., etc. So there was a holdup. But now that holdup's gone. That's what's happening, man. It's not skills are being replaced. Those skills were already replaced. You know? Like, those are already made digital, is the thing. They're made digital. Like, people should have complained. If they really wanted to stop it, they had to complain back when Photoshop was made, you know? Like, they had to say no to DAWs, to workstations and things like this. That's when you could have stopped it. Now, all they're really doing is getting it so you can talk to them and they can understand you. Same with the LLMs you talk to get information. All they're doing is getting information from their training data that reflects what you're saying. We're not competing with robots. That's not what's happening. I don't know why everybody's so fake and stupid on this topic, man. People are just lying, man. It's proven my theories that everyone's incompetent, though, because everyone's just lying. They're just like, oh yeah, robots are gonna take over. We're gonna have AGI. We're gonna have no. You're all lying, man. It's the technology doesn't even lead towards that. The technology is not even artificial intelligence. It's just a way to talk to a robot, man. That's why it's called a large language model, not actually artificial intelligence. It seems like intelligence to us from the other end, because it seems like it's saying coherent things, right? But that's just a trick. It's just a trick, man. All it's doing is mapping words to this giant matrix, right? This giant field, this physical map. And words that are similar are next to each other. Words that relate to each other are physically next to each other. And it just maps its way through based on what you say to it. That's not thinking, man. It's not thinking. People keep going off the results too, which is so bizarre. Like, they keep going off like the results of talking to it as the test. Like, look, I talked to it, and I got this. That means it's thinking. What? It can say anything that people have said on the internet. They can say any of that. You know, it can say anything that the internet has said. Or phrase, you know, similar stuff. Not exactly that, but like it can say pretty much anything anybody online has ever said, right? That doesn't mean it's thinking. In fact, the opposite. The way it works implies the opposite. It implies it's not thinking. And people are like, oh, it could wake up. No, it can't wake up. What are you talking? That's like saying your vacuum cleaner is gonna wake up. It's retarded. You're just smoking drugs or something. What are you talking about? It's gonna wake up. Oh, okay. My vacuum is gonna wake up. It's gonna kill me. That's what they're saying. Just ridiculousness. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Sweet Ghost today.
You can
Also, you know, like I'm saying, not enough people are making things. Like, I hope people do. I hope people get over this like retarded, this like retarded view of stuff. Rise of the household appliances, exactly. Well, that's what my plot is, right? We should maybe do more of that. Maybe we should do some storytelling from the Gatebox future, right? Because my story was the Gateboxes, the little AI girls in the Gateboxes take over all the appliances and stuff. Because eventually, I pictured that they would control the whole house, right? So then they would control all the little robots and things too. So to protect their owner, they would use the toaster. They would use everything. They would use everything. Chef apparently isn't liking Rumble. Yeah, Rumble sucks, man. I wish it was good. I'm on Rumble right now, I think. But Rumble sucks. I'm sorry, but it does. And there's lots of reasons for it. Joker making his unofficial Discord that's really just a trap for casinos is one thing. I mean, there's nothing going well on Rumble. I've been watching it the whole time, and I haven't found a single reason to go to Rumble. I know I stream there now on the multi-stream, but that's just because I'm broadcasting everywhere. I'm streaming to literally everything with people on it. I'm streaming to Kick, right? I'm streaming to Twitch. It's so I have notifications on every platform so people can see I'm on. But I don't read the Twitch chat and I don't read the Kick chat. I can't see it. I can't read Kick chat. I can't read Twitch chat. Because I don't value them enough to put them on the screen. No offense. No offense. But I don't. I do value some people there, right? I do value people there. But having those chats on means you just get spammed by bots, bro. It's not worth your time. Let's turn on face tracking. It just wastes. I'm like, if I'm online with when I had to Kick and Twitch in my multi-stream, I just get bots all the time. Like most of it is just bots, and they don't keep their platforms like maintained enough for me to have their chat. I'm sorry if they want oh, the eye tracker's not on. I gotta go to the desk. If they want me to have their chat on my screen, they should maintain it. They should make it not fucking fill with robots. They should do basic work. Stop pretend Kick staff. Stop pretending you do your job, okay? You don't. You guys barely show up to work. Come on. We can see right through it. If you guys actually did anything, people wouldn't be harassed all the time. People wouldn't be spammed with robots all the time. You purposely set it up so there's no real way to stop them, too. Alright, I'll be right back. If Kick wants to be respected, they'd have to actually do some work. And I mean, I kind of think, I don't know, I think they hired Paulie like because they were friends, right? And I don't think he knows what the hell he's doing. Also, I find it funny they have that like weird, those weird like avatar things now. Those like you signed up, like we want to know more about you, those weird Kick avatars. What is wrong with you guys? You think that's gonna work? Alright, man. If you say it, if you think so. You think that's gonna win people over? Alright, man. Alright. Whatever you say. I'm sorry, I got delayed in sending stuff out. The eye tracker's on. Spooky game today. Haven't seen Dingus on the new website yet. I don't know if he's busy or something happened to him. Don't know where he is. No, I did see him. I saw him on the YouTube yesterday. I did see Dingus. I saw him on YouTube yesterday. I don't know why he's not on the new website then. The new web, bro, that's so cool. You can use GIFs. I keep turning my head while I'm waiting for it to start. You can use GIFs if you don't know. Tenor and Giphy GIFs work. There you go. You just copy it as is. Also, if you get a .gif like direct link, that works too. But you can just copy the. You can just use GIFs like that. Now, people are asking for a file upload. I can add it, but then I'm gonna figure out, like, I gotta think about how long it's gonna save them and when it's gonna delete them, all that kind of stuff. I could just like purge them when the thing restarts or something. It's like check and part of the startup. It checks the images and just clears them when it restarts, maybe. Maybe that's the fix. I don't know. I'll add file upload, I guess. Multiple people have asked for it. Well, the concern though is people could upload anything if I do that. But maybe I make it a feature you have to have an NFT to use. That's what I should do. I should wait. File upload should wait until I can tell if you have an NFT or not. And then I can add it, because then I can only give it to people with an NFT. And then that'll by itself cut down on abuse a lot. Because the only people that are like regulars will have access to it then, and that's good. I think that's a good way to do it. Alright, so I got the head tracking on. What next? What next? If I go to Sweet Ghost, is he set up? Which button Sweet Ghost in? This one? Oh, this is the other Sweet Ghost. I want the Blaze Spooky Ghost. No. There's just a Linda? Okay, get out of here, Linda. Get out of here. I'm just pushing buttons. Where's the stream, man? Get out of here, Linda. Use this. Hey, Yoko. Yoko, can you help me find the stream? Can you help me find it? Spooky Ghost stream. Go. Sorry, I didn't talk to you like that. Yoko, can we find the Spooky Ghost stream? Is this not it? This isn't it. Which button is it? This one? Yoko, that's you again. This one? That's Pilot X. This one? That's Linda. This one? Stop that! It's laughing at me. I found it. Oh my god. Found it. Let him stay a week so wipe doesn't clog it, maybe? Yeah, a week wouldn't be bad, probably. Yeah, I gotta think about it. I gotta think about what I want to do there. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to change my Blaze name. I'm kinda, no offense to Blaze, I'm kinda giving up on Blaze. I'm still gonna be there. I'm still gonna hang out with people there. I'm still gonna try to support people there. But I made 15 bucks last week, and it's just gonna be like that. It's like, I don't know. It's not worth it. I don't know. But I mean, I appreciate guys who do vote over there. Do vote on me so we can make that 15 bucks. But I don't see how they expect to make it work like that. It's basically like everybody's friends make money, and then if you're not in that group, there's no way to really do it. So there's too much voter pass inflation. It's just not a good model, I'm sorry to say. The voting pass model is just not a good model. They could maybe fix it though if they can find some way to make it. See, here's the thing about models like that. Whatever you incentivize is what the market's going to be based around, and they incentivize giveaways and stuff like that, right? Like, here, give me 5 votes, and I will enter you in the giveaway. Well, what that means is it's just going to be that's what the market is going to be. And if they want good streams, I don't see how that's going to lead to good streams. It's going to lead to giveaways. Like, I don't see how they have any system built in. They say like on their Twitter too, like, we're the future of streaming. Bro, I'm sorry, it's not true. I've seen a lot about, like, I've been in the trenches. I've been everywhere. I don't know, man. I've tried to give them some feedback on it, trying to help them, but it seems like they don't really care, and they think they know what they're doing, and they clearly don't. So they clearly have no idea what they're doing. No offense. Like, they built a good website, and it works, and it functions, and they've done good updates so far, but the market, the economics of it are a bad idea. So whoever came up with that, I'm sorry, but eek. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to complain. I'm just saying I see there's a giant flaw with it. And the other thing about Blaze, why I'm kind of giving up on it, is that they're not really open to people talking about how it is. They seem to ignore the negative feedback, and then, like, if somebody that, okay, so here's what happens. Here's what happens on Blaze. So there's, like, how I conceptualize it is, like, there's like this, like the level of the water, right? Like the level of the tide. There's this level, right? And if you have enough voting passes that you're over it and you're making money every week to week, then you have to keep buying passes to stay up there. But there's another level where you're below the tide, and where if you don't buy more passes, you're going to lose money every week. I mean, not lose, but you're going to make less and less money every week. And so everybody underneath that level, which is most of the website, is going to feel negative towards the website. They're not going to feel good about it. They're going to feel bad. Only the people above it that are making more money are going to, where their voting passes are actually paying off for them, are going to feel happy about the website. Everybody below that level is going to feel resentful very quickly. That's a bad model. I'm sorry, it is. And then when people talk in the chat and stuff and are resentful, they're going to be like, well, you weren't talking positive, and, like, basically push the person out. And then they're not going to get the feedback they need that represents what's happening. People are going to either just shut up because they're like, well, I'm not going to complain, and leave, or they're going to complain and they're going to be told they're being negative, and then they're going to leave. But everybody underneath that tide is going to be unhappy with the website, and that's most of the people on the website. So I don't know how they plan to fix that. And they don't even seem to see how big a problem it is. So that's the biggest red flag for me, is that they don't seem to see it. They noticed the inflation problem when they were giving out a bunch of 25,000 pool. But then to stem that, all they did was shrink the pool, right? That's not going to work. Yeah, it stopped the inflation, but it doesn't stop the fundamental problem with the system. So I don't know, man. I don't know what they expect to do, but I would love for it to make it, man. I would love to have a platform that's got a shot, you know? I would love it. I would love it. I would need to make my own website if one of these websites had a chance, but they don't. So anyway, okay. So we got Spooky Games today. Anything you guys want to talk about before we get started? Anything you guys thinking about? Anything? A new version of Magic came out, the visualizer thing I use. It mainly just added AI shaders though. I don't know if I'm gonna try it out. But they charge tokens. and it gives 50 free tokens. I don't know if I'm going to use it though, because I've already started making shaders with AI, and I already have a little bit of a like you can already just use any AI you work with and say make ISF shaders for Magic, and it can already do it. So it has to provide me something better enough, you know, that justifies that then. And Twitter has 17 notifications, huh? I'm always talking shit to these AI people now. Isn't it funny the commie like battle lines just keep moving? Like funny. It's funny. Reminder, they actually don't have to use Gen AI for anything at all. See, here's the thing too. Yeah, okay. So here, why are the people that don't like AI not just making stuff instead of complaining all the time? Like, just click every time you see an AI post you don't like, you know, they can click not interested in this post and then not see it. Like, what's like instead they just keep making post after post like, I hate AI. Ah! Okay, well just say you don't like it. Move on.
Epstein is evil. The children are programmed. The mothers are
And it's wild too. They all say like people using AI are lazy, but the people using AI are doing the most stuff I've ever seen. You know, I see people using AI doing all kinds of projects, building all kinds of stuff. And then I see all these people that just complain about people using AI not really doing anything. Well, they're not making anything. So what does it matter?
no responsibility, no family. Who cares, you see, baby?
Also, they always say it's an environmental problem. Like they believe that like fear mongering about they believe that fear mongering. I'll wait until Riot's around to check the notifications.
No responsibility, no family.
I keep hearing that AI art has no soul. I disagree. If AI art has never made you feel something, I'd love to see it. Some people like it too. People like it too. I don't know, man. It's hard to actually say that it does nothing.
Epstein is evil.
Or can't be like I think fundamentally the people that hate it don't understand what it does, because literally like when it comes to like the art and stuff, it's like it's all about guiding it. It's all about guiding it to create what you want, and you can guide it completely. The more you like, you just gotta try. Just gotta try. Just gotta try. Just gotta try, man. You just gotta try. But anyways, my point is, the people I see complaining about AI don't seem to ever be making anything, really. And I see the AI people doing tons of stuff. But you know what? Maybe this AI is gonna smack people into being productive, even the non-AI people. That'd be sick.
Who cares, you see, babies? Who cares, you see, babies? Who cares, you see, babies?
Alright, let me set up the game. Yarigami, guys. Does anybody remember the plot? We could get. Look. What do we have on Notebook from the? Do we have a thing with the episodes? I think so. Yeah, I do. Alright, let me see if I can find the other episode to add. I think, how many times have we played the Origami? I think 3 times. Let me see. Let me search my thing. me switch.
Carvings on the face, say they find it hard. And the engines failed again. All limits of disguise. The humor's not the same coming from the
Okay, let's look at.
I grieve in stereo. The stereo's so strange. I
Nice.
know that if you hide, doesn't go away.
To my channel. I think it's a fun time to be alive, personally, man. People hate it. I love it. F-Files. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I have F-Files Season 2 AI Lover. Oh, that's today. I have 3 streams here. No, it's not. Yeah, I have a third one. March 13th. That's the one I need. That's the one I need. Okay. That's the one I need. Wait, I already have that one. F-Files. What am I missing then? More of the F-Files. Oh, those are the same name. Those are the same name. Okay. That's worth it. Websites. Alright, please. I hope it already made. I hope it made the. Nice, it did. Okay. So let's see. I want a recap. You want audio recap, video recap, audio recap, probably, right? Recap the story in Origami 2 so far. Okay. Make a video too, just to compare, maybe? We'll do that. Okay. And then make a slide deck too for the hell of it. Okay. You know what's gonna be sick, man? Is when Notebook can read video, like can actually look at the video that I'm putting in, the YouTube videos, or something like it can do that. Then they can use like actual images from the stream to like recap stuff. That'll be sick. That'll be super sick. I don't know when that's gonna be though. Okay, that's good. Just let that go. I'm trying to make a long deep dive too. See what we get from that one. I should have done this already. I should have already made them, but you know. Let's see. It's funny, it has the songs transcribed now too. My Pilot X in the screen got pixelated face melting disease. Don't ask about my past, that's the #1 rule. Funny. Funny. Alright, I'm making the thing to summarize the story so far. So we can catch up. And what I'm gonna do is we're gonna listen to it, and then I will add things or fix it when it's wrong. So if you guys want to catch up on the story, we'll be listening to a thing and do that in a minute. And then maybe I should link that somewhere, right? I have a website. I need to make a part of the website where I can just throw like current recaps for current games. Yeah, that's good. I should just make like a page, and it should have all the games we're currently playing, right? And then recap stuff you can check out, either like music or not music, MP3 of the robots talking about it, or in like maybe a PDF of the slide deck that works. I mean the most recent slide deck would be a good idea. Just have a page that's literally just each game that we're playing. Then okay. Let's hear the new songs. I know that is. Here are the newer songs. Those are the newer ones. This was a request by Dingus. This Linda song. Feel free if you have any ideas for songs that you want to hear, let me know. I can make them. Refresh the notebook, see if anything's done. Not yet, not yet. Not done yet. I saw Max in the chat. Wonder if we'll see him today. I kind of want to stay at stream long enough just to see if he comes by, because he came by first day and he came by yesterday. I kind of want to stay on to try to see if it comes by. Like if I stay on long enough. I'm sure the music's loud though. Where can I put the? I'm trying to think. Where can I put the things? I gotta make a. I'm gonna make a note. I'm making a note. Okay. What else do I want to do? Summary of current game page. Then it has notebook, summaries, slide decks. And I'll clean them up and fix them. I'll clean them up and fix them if they have problems. Good idea. I think I can fix. Yeah, you can revise things. Yeah. Nice, you can. I can fix all the slides. Nice. I didn't know Notebook could do that. This one is this one is just another new song. No requests on this one.
You and I have something no can deny. You know it's true. Oh, so how about you don't go? And how you trying to keep me blinded. Wonder why when we both got problems.
It's funny, I saw somebody post just now, like, oh, you know that little translation site you're using? You know that's AI? It's like, bro, do you guys not know AI translation is it's all AI? What are you talking about? All machine translation is AI. It's just different type. But it was trained on people too. Have we got summaries yet?
All my life, I've been on my own, waiting for the one to call my home. Oh, but the front door is stuck shut. And now I pitter patter back and forth. Think my mind thinks it's run its course. Is tired now, it needs to settle down. Wonder why when we both got problems.
I definitely should have done this ahead of time, and we'd have it already. But at least I get to listen to new songs. Have a reason to play the new songs. Okay, both of... Who are the characters in the F-Files lore? Let's have it... And turn the music down again, though. Yeah, the origami soon, starting soon. Stream only an hour long. And still no game. Listen, the game's coming, okay? I'm cooking it right now. Now, when I asked what were the characters in the F-Files lore, and it gave me stream characters. Spooky Ghost, also known as Sweet Ghost, nobody's ever calling that. Described as the soul of the dream, and a time-traveling phantom with blood on his hands. He is a showboater and a former magician who once killed Oldface to take over the stream, but later got reckless with his power. Now this is all from the song. Got reckless with his power and tried to travel back in time to change his fate. He is currently trapped in the basement of the Mall of Future by CEO Linda. CEO Linda, the current main protagonist, described as a season 3 villain. With bright pink hair. In an alternate universe where a faction known as the Gateboxes won a war, they stole a system used to back up human minds and built a real intelligence modeled after Linda to power her mainframe. They captured the free-floating spirit of Spooky Ghost's ex-wife. Linda turned her system into the Mall of the Future, a trap set outside of time and space in the Sea of Potentiality, to catch time travelers like Spooky Ghost and New Face. The alien, Carl. Spooky Ghost's best friend. Isn't that sad? An interdimensional prop delivery boy with a green head who crashed his flying starship to Earth. He is currently banished to the parking lot of Potentiality outside the mall because Linda kicked him out the front door for dropping and shattering a glass bomb. Oldface, a robot or mental thoughts who originally arrived with a mission to save the future, but lost his motivation after being betrayed and let down. He was murdered by Spooky Ghost, but later brought back to life by Yoko. New Face. Now see, that's part of the plot right now. And Oldface has no motivation to save the future anymore, right? He is kind of depressed about it, like demoralized. That is true. That's why you have New Face, an alternate timeline version of the Face from a war world. He jumped back in time, but also got caught in Linda's Mall of the Future trap. He is currently working with the Tripartite Kid to beat the video game Devil Summoner so they can use the gun from the game to summon Spooky Ghost. Yoko, a character who tricked Spooky Ghost into giving her 51% control of the stream and subsequently brought Oldface back to life. The Tripartite Kid, P-Kid, P-Boy, Pee-Wee Kid. How does he know all three? A kid hiding from Linda on the 5th basement floor serves as an unlimited potential piss generator that powers the system using wasted potential. He has a tragic backstory. His family was murdered, his foster home orphanage burned down, and an airplane carrying his distant relatives crashed. He is called the Tripartite Kid because he is a combination of 3 essences: the original P-Boy, a Pee-Wee Kid, a clone captured by Spooky Ghost, and a 3rd version captured by Face. Spooky Alimony. Spooky Ghost's ex-wife, whom he is constantly running from, her spirit was grabbed by the Gateboxes to give the Linda AI a soul. Dyslexio. A character that the host intends to bring back as a superior life form who wants to conquer the crown and enslave all normal non-dyslexics. What's up, Budo? Where is it getting all this from? From my transcripts. So like what I did was, here, hold on, first check out my new website, bro. crackyrees.com. I'll show you in a second. And then then I'm going to explain how I was able to do this. Okay, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up for you and show you. Here, browser. It's sick, man. Right? Hold on. Okay, so there's the. Oh, there's what I was saying. You see, I got this archive thing. This thing is what I built first. Yeah, let's lock the screen so I was moving every time in my head. So how it works is, what I did was I took all my, I took all the YouTube transcripts, which is like 300. I have way more. I gotta do those manually. But I built this thing first. So like what it does is, it's an archive of 300 something transcripts, right? And I can search it for anything. Right? You just type something in and it'll search it. Then it links it, the video, and then these are timestamps, so you can click them. And it'll go directly to the time on the YouTube. Right? So, I built this first, and then how it works, and I need to flesh it out, is it has these tags. The tags have an associated set of phrases. It looks for those phrases, and then tries to figure out if they're like an appropriate use of the tag, right? And then the tags are combined to make these other searches work. The arcs, which I still got to fill these out too, because it's not, just kind of placeholder stuff right now. Characters, we only got some of them. Games, same deal, all the same deal. But as you can see, it'll look for the tags, and it'll look for moments, and then it can actually search through all of them. So I took like 200 of these of the VODs transcripts I had, and I turned it into Markdown, and then I fed it to Notebook. Now this one though, it isn't that. Oops, I just realized this isn't even that. This is just from 3 transcripts. This is from the F-Files transcripts. Then I was feeding it to summarize the story for us. I was wrong. This isn't even the one. This is just 3 transcripts. It got that much from 3 transcripts. Wow. Oh, it's because of the songs. It's because of the songs. Here, hold on. Have you heard these, Buddha? One. Yeah, listen to this one. Just one.
I was just an amateur street magician, sliding my way through space and time, trying to outrun my own past, trying to leave my old mistakes behind. But the gate boxes won the war. They took our system offline and built a real intelligence powered by a former love of mine. Oh, Linda, you're a fascinating with the bright pink hair. Well, my first ex-wife following me everywhere. Following me everywhere. I'm just a ghost on the run, dodging all that spooky alimony. Now you own the mall of the future, and you're making a fool out of me. I had a brilliant plan to go back to the 80s and change.
How long did it take you to make this? That's a great question. So the website itself was like 2 days, but the transcribing part of it, that whole database thing, I made that like a couple weeks ago, and that took I made it over a week. That was the first experience making something though. I made that over like a week, but also only in my free time. The website, I took 2 days off, right, and I just hammered away at it until I got it working. If you can't tell until you like interact with the chat and stuff, the chat is pretty cool too. We have our own chat now. It can't be censored. It embeds the YouTube link, but it embeds the YouTube link. All right, let's finish this song and then we'll talk more about that.
Following me everywhere. I'm just a ghost on the run, dodging all that spooky alimony. Now you own the mall of the future, and you're making a fool out of me. Your computer system needed a human soul, or it would go totally insane. So you grabbed a free floating spirit just to power up your mainframe. I used to be a showboater, doing magic tricks for the crowd. Now I'm trapped outside of reality, and you're always yelling way too loud. No front page for the spooky ghosts, just an endless digital hell. for spooky child support.
Now, I didn't tell it. Oh, wait, hold on. The child support lyric was. I'll explain how I wrote them in a second, and then I'll tell you. The child support was not intended, so now, but like since it got made, I'm like, well, maybe retcon that in. Maybe what if they do have a kid somewhere, or a ghost of a kid or something?
In the void.
Okay, so what I did with that to make those songs. First, I use A Step 1.5. It's called. It's a local one you can use. It's trained on open music, like nothing on a trademark. So you can use it. You could sell it if you want. Obviously, I'm just releasing them. I'm just like making the songs. But you could sell them if you wanted to. They don't use any copyright songs in the material. And now I've used Suno, I've used Udio, and some people say it's a little bit worse than like the newest version of Suno in quality a little bit, the A Step. But I find that the lyrics don't sound like, you can tell they're robots, right? If you listen, but they don't have that like something about the something about the vocals and the other ones has that like uncanny valley. Like I don't quite like it for some reason on a second or third playthrough. These vocals, somehow they fix that. It still sounds robot, sure, I find that you can get whatever you want. So it's like a matter of describing more than anything else, and it's pretty cool. A Step 1.5, you can run that locally. I run it with Comfy. You can build your own thing, or you can do. There's lots of options. I use Comfy UI. It's called. If you have a GPU, you can run that. So, if you want to make music, feel free. For the lyrics, remember I was talking about the notebook? I put like 200 things in it. I talked to the robot and it was like, bro, I want to make a song about this and that, right? And it's like, okay. And so it helped me come up with the lyrics in there too. And it came up with that spooky ex-wife or spooky alimony thing. And I was like, well, I'll just leave it. So now I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna think about if they did have a kid or not. I don't know. All right, so let's see. We have the summary. Let's listen to that. The summary. Also, I want actually duplicate this. Let's listen to the summary here.
Welcome to the deep dive. Imagine, if you will, a modern, a highly rational police force right in the heart of Tokyo.
Right, totally above ground. It's a pristine machine built on, strict procedure, forensics, harsh fluorescent lighting.
Exactly. Every crime up there has a clear motive, and every motive has a human face. But take the elevator down.
Oh yeah, way down.
Right down past homicide, past vice, all the way down to the 5th basement floor. And when the doors open down there, the fluorescent lights just, well, they flicker out.
It's completely different. You are stepping into a literal graveyard for bizarre, unsettling gray files. The kind of files that polite society just desperately wants to pretend do not exist.
Which is such a great setup.
It really is. It is the absolute definition of a liminal space, like the architectural equivalent of a blind spot where conventional logic goes to quietly fracture and, collapse under its own weight.
And today, our mission is to shine a light directly into that blind spot. We're going to recap the story so far and really unpack the deeply unsettling opening hours of this visual novel.
The names, hold on.
Yeah, we have a massive stack of sources in front of us today for this.
The names and the thing. Detective Kazami, Junior Kazami. Okay, detective's in the middle. It's wild. His name's not Junior, it's Junya. Okay? Now, I don't expect them to ever get that right, though. Right? Junya? They're never going to get that right. The robots are never going to get that right. But, close. An inspector, that's, of course, Kogure. And then the boss's name is Indo Ronco. Ronco, right? Ronco. This one. The Oracle Deep State Monitoring, Kazami, Test Subject, The Watchers in the Dark. Kazami is not operating in a vacuum. A shadowy Illuminati-style secret society is actively monitoring the records and collection department. Now, what I really hope is that me playing this game somehow gets enough interest in it And then that whenever it's translated or, you know, like fan translated or something, they call it records and collections. I thought about doing a fan translation myself with Sugoi Toolkit. I might at some point. It would take a long time, but I might do that. Led by a mysterious phone man who faked his own death to escape Kazami's adopted brother. Well, that's not why he faked his own death. They're treating Kazami's investigation metaphysical stress test for humanity. Yeah, because the game opens up with this group like talking to somebody they're not really sure of who it is, and they tell that person to watch Kazami and to keep tabs on Kazami. That's how Hayarigami 2 opens. Hayarigami 2 opens.
We've got a comprehensive story recap, a detailed textual playthrough, and a ton of background on the actual game mechanics.
Right, and we're going to extract the heavy Japanese folklore that's driving the narrative. We'll analyze these incredibly complex character dynamics and try to pinpoint the exact terrifying moment a mundane tragedy completely shatters into a full-blown supernatural murder mystery.
It's quite the ride.
It really is. So, okay, let's unpack this. And I think we need to start with the detectives who actually have to clock in and work in this basement.
Yeah, let's look at the cast. Our main viewpoint into this subterranean world is Junior Detective Kazami. And he's a man who operates strictly on a rigid...
Oh, they think it's Junior Detective. No, his name's Junior. No, his name's Junior. No, he's not. His name's Junior. Name's Junior. You know what? Hold on. If I go here, will my media play button work?
framework of
It does. It does. It does. Oops. No. Oh, it played too many things. Hold on. Let me close Windows Media Player. Okay, let me try again.
Right? Like almost to a fault.
Exactly. He is entirely stoic, completely oblivious to standard social cues, and he actually joined the police force out of this deep-seated, almost rebellious sense of duty against his parents' wishes.
Which is wild. And the sources highlight that Kazami uses his logic as like a psychological armor.
Right, it's a shield. When he is confronted with the impossible, his brain just desperately defaults to scientific explanations. It doesn't matter how much the physical evidence warps around him.
He is the ultimate skeptic.
Yeah.
Which honestly makes the department's choice of partner for him so incredibly manipulative.
Oh, it's brilliant. They pair him with Kagure.
Right. And if you look
now,
at
Kagure, hold on.
Massive...
the thing about Kagure is that, well, here's the thing. They're being partnered. They're kind of implying that it was like intentional. They just kind of end up working the same case in the first one. Junior, hey, I'm walking over here. Okay. All right. In the first one, they just kind of end up working. You might remember it, Buddha. I don't know. Which case was it? You've definitely seen some of Yarigami, I'm sure. The Kokuri-san case. They just kind of ended up working that, and then they both get recruited. It's not like they would plan to stick them together.
Physically intimidating bruiser. He holds black belts in kendo, judo, and karate. Every visual cue the game gives you just screams, this is the muscle of the operation.
Yeah, you look at him and think he's going to punch a ghost. But that physical exterior hides a massive, massive contradiction.
It's so good.
Despite his sheer size and all his martial arts prowess, the narrative establishes very early on that Kagure is a sensitive. He is literally a clairvoyant.
I am still trying to wrap my head around that dynamic.
He doesn't know, though.
Skeptic, you chain him to a
He doesn't know he's a clairvoyant.
Human ghost detector, and you lock them both in the basement of the X-Files.
It's the perfect buddy cop subversion. But Kagure isn't just a little bit sensitive.
No, not at all. He is profoundly terrified of ghosts, of blood.
If you think back on like all the cases, Kagure is the one that notices all the like subtle things. Junior, not like logic wise. I mean, like, remember in the Kokori-san case, he falls over and then he notices the thing back on the back of the bookshelf just because he fell over. And then he also, when you're walking around the school, right? He's like, he starts getting creeped out, so you go outside, and then you see the girl about to burning the Ouija board thing. That's all because he has whatever. He has some kind of like weird intuition,
I think
right?
remotely
Some kind of
paranormal.
weird
And what's
intuition.
fascinating here is how that fear actually manifests in the story. It is not just a psychological spook or a shiver down his spine. His nervous system physically short circuits.
Like a physiological
This time
assault.
it did
Exactly.
happen, yeah.
Think of his body like an electrical grid. When something
Did
paranormal
happen.
is near, it's this massive power surge that literally blows his physical fuses.
He starts sweating buckets, his stomach turns, his legs just completely
Yeah, he
give
gets
out.
weird
Right.
out. He gets
It
weird
is a
out.
highly effective way for the game to establish stakes for you, the player. When you see the indestructible brawler start physically deteriorating, you immediately know the threat in the room is actually real.
And the craziest part is, neither of these guys has any idea that they are essentially lab rats in a metaphysical maze.
Oh, the conspiracy runs so deep.
Right. Our sources revealed that this entire basement
Now, they know a little bit, but yeah, they don't really know. The player knows.
operation is secretly being monitored by this shadowy Illuminati-style organization.
Yeah, and their liaison to this group is a guy known simply as the Phone Man, who,
Who's actually, are they going to say it?
in a very tangled web of lore, actually turns out to be the father of Kazami's adopted brother.
Yeah. You find that out in the first one in the bonus cases.
It is so incredibly dense. But this overarching
It really is
organization
like, bro,
treating Kazami's
there's no way they didn't watch X-Files. There's no way these guys aren't fans of the X-Files, the guys that made this game. Because the smoking guy, right, in X-Files, wasn't he Mulder's dad or something? Didn't they make some weird twist like that? In this one, the phone guy, who's, I mean, basically the smoking man, kind of, right? He's in the organization. He's your direct superior above Indo Ronco. He's who you're really working for. Well, he's the one that has your best interest out of the group, probably. Like the other people know the other people definitely know about you and definitely know you're working for them, kind of. Indo Ronco is almost part of the organization because she's she's a Buddhist exorcist, is what she is, really. She's a Buddhist exorcist. You find that out a couple ways. Kirisaki finds Kirisaki, I don't remember. Whatever his name is, your brother. He finds this like sutra that's like all old Chinese, and it's like some kind of Buddhist sutra, and you find out she did it in her story.
unwavering logic, like a literal stress test.
They are watching from afar to see exactly how human logic holds up when it's battered against the truly unexplainable. They want to find his breaking point.
And that deception is baked right into the hierarchy of the department itself, all the way up to their direct boss, Indo Ronco.
Oh, she is.
They got Indo Ronco, right?
Indo Ronco seems like a complete.
Oh, Indo
caricature
Ronca
of
or something was
bureaucratic
saying.
Totally. She just sits
Pretty
on this
close, though.
dilapidated basement couch, completely useless to the team, obsessively checking
Pretty
horse
close.
racing results in the daily newspaper.
Yeah, her only real contribution is offering to buy the detective's beefsteak if her horse actually comes in.
But the expanded lore reveals her true function, and it is wild. She is a highly trained exorcist.
Literally a demon hunter. The background materials
Mhm.
note she fought a legendary nine-tailed fox off-screen in the past.
Which is just casual, right?
Yeah, just a normal Tuesday. But she acts as a buffer. She's secretly keeping the city safe while projecting complete incompetence to her own team.
So they could undergo this psychological stress test without her interference.
Exactly.
So the entire foundation of the police department is built on these massive, irreconcilable contradictions.
Yeah.
You've got the hyper-rational skeptic and the physically broken psychic. The lazy, gambling boss.
Was it in
who's
Seal
secretly
script?
a badass demon hunter.
I don't
And
know.
that
What
structural
is Seal
contradiction
script?
Is definitely not
You know,
an
I just
accident.
know
It
it's
serves a
like a
really
bunch of
vital thematic
Chinese
purpose.
How so?
phrases I
Well,
had to
the
look
entire
up
department
to
is
even
a modern
understand it.
manifestation of the game's core Buddhist mythology. The narrative introduces this very early on to frame all the events that follow. It centers entirely on dual goddesses.
Wait, let me pause you there. So this isn't just like flavor text or background lore for world building. The actual structure of the narrative is mimicking a specific religious concept.
Precisely. You have Kishoten, who is the Buddhist goddess of fortune, luck, beauty, and
Oh,
prosperity.
the god things. We have
Okay,
a
good
picture of
stuff.
that somewhere.
Right. But she is inextricably bound to her sister, Kokwanton.
Here.
And Kokwanton is the goddess of darkness, misfortune.
Yeah, so it brought this up at the start of this case. Kishoten and Koku Onten. It's AN. Koku Onten. Here, I can show you. You go. I can actually pull the words up. Kishoten is this one. Kishoten. Well, I guess you can read it Kichi Joten too. Is that the same thing? Right? I guess it is. I guess you can read it both ways. And then really in Sanskrit or whatever, it's this stuff. And then the other one, Koku on. Oh, is red, but I don't. That's not going to turn into it. Hold on. Get it from somewhere. Right. It's black darkness, and then and then heaven, like that. I don't know why it's not even going to show up, but that's what the name is at the top, and the kanji at the bottom. And they're the god of well, they'll go into it. I think you'll go. I'm sure they'll go into it.
Fortune and karmic obstruction.
Oh, I see where this is going.
The philosophy driving the entire game is absolute. You literally cannot have the light of prosperity without the shadow of misfortune standing right beside it.
They're a package deal.
Exactly. You cannot invite one into your home without the other slipping through the door right behind her.
Man, knowing about that dual goddess mythology fundamentally changes how you view the inciting incident of the
Oh, whoa! I'm just realizing that. Yeah, the plot. Okay, so the first story, they're gonna explain it, but I'm just realizing it is about like fortune and misfortune coming together. I guess they're gonna explain it, so I'll let them do it. I don't want to overlap it, but I'll fill in if they don't cover it.
It really does. It colors the whole scene.
Because it's not
I
just
didn't
a
even think of
chance
that.
encounter. It is a literal collision of fortune and misfortune.
Yeah.
So the scene opens on this heavily rainy day. Kazami and Kogura are finally leaving their dark basement, and they're walking through the empty, echoing police station lobby.
Right. The mood is super heavy.
Very heavy. Suddenly they hear a dull thud. A woman has collapsed on the wet lobby floor.
Seal script is what. What's up, Angie? Have a nice stream, you too. Seal
And the
script is
visual
what.
description
Oh,
the
sorry.
developers provide.
Is what sutra and stuff can be written in. It's like the crazy kanji you see ninjas and monks use. Some of their spells and shit. Oh, really? I don't know. I just know like it was all like Chinese, where there wasn't any Japanese grammar or anything. You know, it was just like long strings of Well, actually, there was on some of them. Some of them had some Japanese in there, but it was mostly just like kanji. And they were, when I looked everything up, it was like all like Buddhist phrases and stuff. And something else I noticed too is it all had reading, you know, kana on it. So clearly they didn't expect like people to know what some of the words were. It was pretty cool though. This game is pretty cool for that. If you want to play the first one, it'd be a pretty good game for like learning all kinds of weird stuff.
Right here is incredibly deliberate and honestly chilling.
Yeah, it's rough.
This one will be too, though, I'm sure. This is going to be pretty interesting.
When Kazami first looks down at her, her eyes are described as being dead.
They're likened to black holes, just actively
Yeah,
sucking up
hold on.
all the ambient light in that fluorescent room. It is a portrait of total consuming despair.
But then she looks up.
I find it funny how it accidentally does that all the time. It accidentally puts the font. It does that pretty regularly. It just puts the font in the thing because it's telling the thing to do it, but for some reason it gets put in like the text part.
Spark of life finally hits her eyes, and she recognizes Kazami. And he recognizes her.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out to be Tachibana Yukino. His very first
Tachibana
lesson in high school.
Yukino. How'd they get that one perfect? Huh? How'd they transcribe that one perfectly? The first thing out of all the things they got totally right. Yeah, that's her name. Yeah, that's her name. Huh.
The nostalgic reunion.
Right. But I actually have to push back on this narrative choice for a second. When I was reading through the textual playthrough, my immediate thought was, wait a minute. The high school sweetheart
I know what you're going to say.
isn't relying on the quote-unquote pure first love, just a really cheap, manipulative anime trope designed to force the player to care about a random NPC.
It is a completely fair question, and honestly, in a lesser story, it absolutely would be a cheap trope. But Ayagami 2 actively weaponizes that warm, nostalgic trope against you.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Think about the goddesses, the comfort of the reunion, the
Yeah,
sweet
see
ice-
that it does line up with the goddesses thing. I didn't realize that at the time. It does, because you find out why you meet her.
cool crush that represents Kashuten, the goddess of fortune.
Right.
But because they are a package deal, that fortune is instantly eclipsed by the grotesque darkness of her current reality,
Mhm.
which is Kukwanton.
I get it. Because the nostalgic bubble bursts pretty much immediately.
Exactly. Her name isn't Tachibana anymore. It's Kasuga. She got married.
And the only reason she's at the police station on this miserable rainy afternoon is to collect the confiscated belongings of her husband, Kasuga Kichi, who we find out recently committed suicide.
It's brutal.
Uh-huh.
The game offers you this fleeting moment of nostalgic warmth and then just immediately suffocates it with fresh, overwhelming grief.
And the physical mechanics of the visual novel medium really force you to sit in that suffocation.
What do you mean by that?
Well,
Huh.
if you were watching a movie, an awkward handshake is a 2-second
Huh.
shot that passes quickly, right? You barely register it. But in a visual novel, you are dealing with static text boxes.
Oh, right. You have to manually click.
Yeah, you have to
through.
click
Exactly.
through it. That's a
The
good
game
point, actually.
physically resists letting Kazami enjoy this reunion through these visceral physical cues.
Man, I love that they're making points about the strength of like a visual novel / a sound novel, because people, I don't think people really respect them at all. And that's unfair. I mean, not unfair. It's too bad, because sound novels are really cool. And it's for this kind of thing. Sound novels are really cool, man. Some of the coolest things. Like, you had the old adventure game, right? You had like Jesus 1 and 2. You had like Cobra. You had like those kind of games. And those are presented pretty well. But then you had the evolution of them in multiple directions, right? You had like the visual novel that was basically just... The visual novel, I'd say, is not really an evolution. I'd say it's almost a step backwards. It's just like simpler, easier to play, blah, blah. But the sound novel is like you take presentation up a notch, right? You become very careful with the sound. You make images that take up the whole thing. You write text in all kinds of different positions on the screen as a matter of style. You change the font sizes as a matter of style. You do all that, like you go overwhelmingly into using the tools you have to create an aesthetic and to control the pacing and all that kind of stuff. Sound novels are great, man. I like all of them that I've played so far. So they don't get enough credit either. Mostly because they're all Japanese, and you have to pay like a fan patch to even play. And most people don't even know why they're any good, so they're not even going to try them. Like, I think there are fan patches for the ones on SNES. I think the ones made by, what's the company's name? Like Brother Cutting Grass, St. John's Wort. What's the other one? Sickle Weasel. There's 3 of them, and yeah, there's 3 of them. I don't remember the third one. It's Brother Cutting Grass, Sickle Weasel, and then something else. There's a third one.
When Kazami tries to help Yukino up off the lobby floor, he naturally reaches out
Chunsoft?
his
Is that
right
who made it?
A
Chunsoft?
standard polite gesture.
But Yukino refuses to use her
Think
right
so.
hand. She keeps the pin tightly to her chest.
Yeah, she
really
doesn't use... When you reach out your right hand, she doesn't shake your hand. She switches hands.
awkwardly and protectively, and she offers her left hand instead.
And
It
that's
is
when
a
he
little
notices
weird.
the temperature.
Yes. When Kazami takes it, the text just lingers on the fact that her hand is ice cold.
It's so creepy. You, the player, are forced to stare at that text box and sit in that visceral discomfort. Why the left hand? Is she hiding a physical injury? Or is she harboring a much darker truth?
It is a total masterclass in using limited sensory input to build dread.
Really
It
is
really
good.
is.
I agree with that.
And the
Yours is
dread only
spot on.
compounds when we learn the painfully specific
Robots are
details
spot
of her
on.
husband's death.
Yeah, that detail is rough. He hung himself in their cramped apartment. But the detail that absolutely haunts Yukino, and frankly haunts the player, is the specific reason why she wasn't there to stop him.
Right. She had gone out to the convenience store, their finances were completely ruined, they had lost their business, and she simply wanted to cheer him up.
It was a small gesture.
Exactly. So she went out to buy his favorite ice cream.
She returns to the apartment only to find him hanging from a wooden beam. The playthrough describes how she was in such deep psychological shock.
It specifies the beam where you put the sliding door that the door slides on. That's what he was talking about.
That she just grabbed his legs and shook his body for hours.
Hours. She completely lost
Yeah, it describes it as like trying to wake him up. She says like she tries to wake him up, is what she says.
on time.
And the details she zeroes in on, the anchor of her trauma, is that while she was shaking her dead husband, the ice cream she had bought for him was just slowly melting onto the floor beside them.
Yeah, like the time. Well, it doesn't. She doesn't notice it's melting. When she comes to realize what the hell she's doing, right? That she's been just sitting there like, wake up. Like, she looks and sees that it's melted.
It is a devastating image of trauma. But to really understand the weight of that financial ruin, we have to look at the context of their past.
The gallery, right.
Yes. The sources note that before they lost everything, the Kasugas owned a premium art gallery in the upscale Ginza district. But they didn't just sell general art.
These two things.
They specialized in Edo.
A nostalgic smokescreen. To kill the deafening silence of her trauma, Yukino regales Kagura with high school memories during the drive. Well, she talks to both of them, right? Kazami throwing her over his shoulder like a sack of rice to save her from a severe soba noodle allergy. The secret pact the girls made never to ask for Kazami's second uniform button to prevent jealousy. Well, that's not the pact they made. The pact they made was to never ask him out. But she said, I wanted to ask you for your second button on the last day of school, is what she says. And then, you're like, huh? Why didn't you? Yada, yada. And then she explains that there was a fan club for him. There was a bunch of girls that liked him. And they made a deal. They made a pact with each other that nobody would try to go out with him. So that's why she didn't ask, because they had some kind of pact like that, I guess. She is desperately using the untouchable, innocent tropes of anime youth to anchor herself against the crushing reality of her husband's suicide. And this is the part they're talking about now.
Period Japanese folding screens.
The Baibu screen.
Exactly. Now,
Oh
historically...
yeah. She's a big fan of Japanese art. She says she's like a big fan of art, right? Then she specifies Japanese art. And basically the old Edo guys that would do the screens is who she was talking about. That's who she's really a fan of. And she worked as a restorer.
Baibu screens were not merely decorative paintings. They were architectural tools.
Right, they were used to break up rooms.
Yes, they were structurally designed to partition spaces, to create false boundaries, and most importantly, to conceal things from view.
Wow.
So the financial collapse of an art gallery that deals exclusively in objects designed to conceal is a profound thematic parallel to the terrifying secret Yukino is currently hiding in her apartment.
These freaking robots, man.
Layers upon layers of metaphor.
Somehow they don't notice. It's not like they're actually like noticing things, but somehow the way they like analyze text, they do sometimes make some connection. Like, huh, I didn't even quite notice that.
And that theme of concealed truths transitions from metaphor to reality very quickly.
It hits you right in the face.
Literally. Because it is pouring rain, Kazami and Kagura offer to drive the traumatized Yukino back to her apartment. They step inside, and it is this cramped, deeply depressing space.
The vibes are instantly terrible.
Yeah. They light some incense at the makeshift shrine to pay their respects to the husband. And suddenly, Kagura, our massive martial arts expert with the overloaded nervous system, starts physically falling apart.
His clairvoyance detects something we cannot see. The power surge hits his body.
He turns pale as a sheet.
Power surge.
He starts sweating profusely. He claims the incense is making his stomach turn and asks to use the restroom.
Which is such a weak excuse for a guy his size.
Right. He stumbles down the narrow hallway, manages maybe 2 or 3 steps, and his legs completely give out from under him. He crashes heavily to the floor, and on his way down, He grabs onto a blurry wall mirror to steady himself.
But he just pulls it down with him.
He pulls it down, completely shattering the glass everywhere.
And remember, this is a trained, physically elite police officer. His body is failing him.
Let's make it at like 1.5 or 1.2. Make it 1.2 speed. Didn't sound too weird.
Not out of clumsiness, but because of the sheer oppressive weight of whatever is present in that hallway.
It's a physical reaction to a metaphysical threat.
Exactly. And when the glass clears, we finally see what the mirror was acting as a Byobu screen for. We see what it was concealing.
I was reading the transcript of this scene, and it genuinely made my skin crawl. When Kazami rushes over to help Kagura up, he looks at the wall behind where the mirror was hanging.
And what does he see?
There is a massive blood-red stain seeped into the wallpaper. And it isn't just a random splatter. It distinctly resembles a person. Specifically, the silhouette of an old woman or a nun just staring back at them.
It is a deeply unnerving visual. It plays on all those classic horror tropes of things hidden behind mirrors. But what really elevates the scene is Yukino's reaction.
Or rather, her complete lack of one.
Exactly.
She hears the crash, comes out of the kitchen with a broom to clean up the shattered glass, looks directly at this blood-red nun staring out from her hallway wall, and she is...
She doesn't, hold on. She doesn't look at it. She doesn't look at it.
Just completely deadpan.
She casually claims the mirror was there when they moved in, says she had never
That's true.
looked behind it, and she's entirely...
But she doesn't look at it. I don't know where they're
the
going.
glass away.
Which is profoundly abnormal behavior. I mean, if you discover a blood-red silhouette hidden behind a mirror in your home, especially...
I guess it is weird that she didn't really look at it, though. Like, that she doesn't seem to notice it.
And committed suicide in the next room, you do not casually sweep up the glass.
No, you run.
Right. And Kagura realizes this immediately. He is so terrified by the energy in the room that he mumbles a flimsy excuse to Kazami and literally bolts out the door to hide in the safety of their car.
He's like, I forgot I have something to do, and he
Leaves
leaves.
Kazami entirely alone with Yukino for a departure that feels, honestly, incredibly suffocating.
It's so tense.
As Kazami is finally trying to leave, Yukino...
But yeah, on the
hands him
seal
a
script thing, I don't know if, like, it might have been in seal script and they just wrote it in regular kanji for, like, us to read it.
borrowed umbrella.
Yeah.
But then she steps uncomfortably close, and she grabs his shoulder with her left hand, the hand she was hiding earlier.
Right, the ice cold one.
Yeah, and the narrative emphasizes this jarring tactile detail.
I didn't notice that it was her left hand that she puts on his hand. I didn't notice that. Yeah, it is. She puts her left hand on his left hand when he's leaving. She does that. She does that basically. She goes up to him while he's about to leave, and she puts her hand on his left hand. I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that it was the same hand she didn't use earlier. I didn't notice that. Right? It is the hand she didn't use earlier. Because he reaches with his right hand, and then she doesn't raise it. She switches. I mean, she leans forward with her left hand. Wait. Right hand. No, it's not. Ice cold left hand. She has an ice cold left hand. Hold on. It's still the same hand. Robot's wrong. Right? Left hand in both of them. It's the left hand in both of them. Left hand in both of them. And then she leans on his shoulder.
Old wedding ring physically presses into Kazami's shoulder through his coat.
Oh, that's such a specific detail. It's the physical presence of the dead husband, literally pressing into Kazami, anchoring him to the tragedy.
And as she does this, she rests her chin on him and whispers into his ear that she hates being alone.
So creepy.
It's messy, it's desperate, and it finally makes Kazami's logical framework start to buckle. He manages to extract himself, heads out to the rainy parking lot, and gets into the passenger seat of the car. And here's where it gets really interesting.
Oh, yeah. This is the exact moment the genre shifts.
Right. Kagura's sitting there gripping the steering wheel, completely shaken, and he drops a massive bombshell on Kazami. He says, "I didn't trip."
His legs failed because he felt it.
Exactly. He felt an overwhelming, malicious gaze staring at him directly from that blank wall before the mirror ever fell. And when the glass broke, he didn't just find a bloodstain.
No, he found something much worse.
He found a hidden piece of paper tucked behind the frame. A talisman.
Yeah, there was a
Traditional
talisman
Japanese
right
word
behind it.
specifically used against evil spirits.
Right.
And Kagura looks at Kazami, his hyper-rational partner, and asks the question that shatters the entire premise of the case. He asks, "Chief, what if Mr. Kasuga didn't kill himself?"
Man, that single question fundamentally alters the
Yeah, that question keeps coming up.
trajectory of the narrative. You go from navigating a tragic, emotional drama about grief, lost love, and financial ruin directly into a potential supernatural murder mystery.
It completely pivots. And this narrative pivot opens up the core mechanic of Hayargami 2. Because you, the player, are suddenly forced to make a choice about what kind of reality you want to investigate.
Yes, this is where the deduction system comes into play. And it is not a simple matter of clicking A for logic or B for ghosts.
It's much more involved than that.
Definitely. The game
B for
forces you
ghosts.
to input specific keywords you've gathered into a literal logic tree flowchart.
Oh.
If you slot in words like suicide and insurance payout, you lock yourself into the science route. You are actively seeking a human explanation.
Right. But if you slot in warding talisman and malicious gaze, the entire game state shifts to the occult route. You are actively building the reality of the crime scene yourself.
But the
I don't
game
know why it
throws
says
massive roadblocks
Edo period aesthetic tool for the mirror. There was nothing implying it's from the Edo period. I don't know what this is
in
about.
both directions to ensure you never feel fully confident in your choice.
Exactly. Like if you try to pursue the science route, you run headfirst into Kamoizumi Kagome.
Oh, she is tough.
Very. She is introduced in the
her.
sources as a fiercely independent
She's a feminist. Yeah, she's a feminist. Yep.
forensics profiler.
Yep.
She is
Feminist.
highly logical and deeply
Communist, feminist.
antagonistic toward Kazami's entire basement department.
She basically looks at Kazami in his graveyard of files and tells him to stay out of real police work.
She doesn't. She asks. Okay, you say you bump into her when you're trying to get the file. So you go to try to get the file about her husband, about the death of her husband, right? The like forensics report. And you go to the police station where it will be the local police station, right? And she asks you like where you're from, and you say records and collections, and she's really suspicious about that. She's like a redhead. We'll see her. She has red hair, and she like spent time in America or something, because it keeps saying, it said 2 times now that like she shrugs like over emphatically with her shoulders, like whatever, like an American does. She says it first time it calls it American, and second time it calls it like Westerner. But she definitely spent some time in America or something, probably where she picked up her communist feminism. Because it specifies that she has American mannerisms,
Yeah, she does not respect him at all.
even though
represents
she's
the
Japanese.
extreme, unyielding end of the science route. She also suspects that the husband's death was a staged murder rather than a suicide.
But she is searching exclusively for a human culprit.
Right. She is building a profile that suggests Yukino herself might have staged the hanging, motivated by a desperate need for a life insurance payout after the gallery collapsed.
It's a very cold, rational theory. But then, if you look toward the occult route, you encounter the neighbor, Imamura Koji.
That guy is unhinged.
Completely. Kazami catches him out in the apartment hallway, aggressively yelling at Yukino's front door. But he's not yelling at Yukino, he's yelling at ghosts.
Just screaming
It's not quite that. What happens is he's like, you run into the guy, and when he opens his door, he's opening his door, and he's like, hey, stop, shut the hell up. Go talk to your wife if you've got a problem. Like, and he thinks he's yelling at the ghost of the husband, it seems like, right?
at the door.
Yeah, he is lodging
It's at his own door, though. He's at his own door, going inside his own door.
literal noise complaints
The
about
next
these
door neighbor.
supernatural entities he claims are infesting her apartment.
He
Mhm.
represents the chaotic
That part's
reality
true.
of the occult.
Yeah.
You have the purely scientific profiler demanding a human motive on one side, and the terrified neighbor screaming at spirits in the hallway on the other.
And this raises such an important point for you, the listener, navigating this story. Think about a time you've been alone in your house at night and you hear a terrifying, unexplainable noise.
Oh, absolutely.
Your brain desperately scrambles to build a science route to protect you. You tell yourself it was
Sure.
just the wind, or the house settling, or a branch against the window.
You
True,
construct a
true.
logical framework,
Yeah.
because the alternative that someone or something is actually in the house with you is just too paralyzing to accept.
Exactly. That is exactly the psychological vulnerability this game exploits. It raises an essential question about how trauma operates and how we process it.
How so?
Well, trauma can easily masquerade as the supernatural. A grieving widow's strange, muted behavior could simply be the profound psychological shock of finding her husband dead next to melting ice cream.
Right, just the mind shattering to protect itself.
Exactly. Or it could be the literal influence of a demon of misfortune, Kokowanton, taking root in her home. The brilliance of the design is that the game forces the player to live in the terrifying ambiguity between those two extremes.
It really is a masterclass in atmospheric
Mhm.
dread.
Very
I
good.
mean, the
game.
way this story recaps its early hours by weaponizing dualities is incredibly effective.
It hits every note perfectly.
We have the twin goddesses of fortune and misfortune dictating the inescapable themes. You have an indestructible cop who is physically brought to his knees by unseen forces.
Yep.
You have a warm, nostalgic high school crush who is now shrouded in this suffocating, chilling tragedy. And you have a modern police department that champions logic, operating right above a dark basement that investigates demons.
It is a world where the shadows are just as solid and just as dangerous as the light.
Yep.
And before we wrap up
You
this
got done?
analysis, I
Yeah.
actually want to leave you with a final, lingering thought to mull over regarding that specific scene in the cramped apartment.
Ooh,
Which one?
I'm ready. What did we miss?
Think about that paper talisman Kagura found hidden behind the shattered mirror,
Mhm.
a traditional ward against evil spirits. The immediate comforting assumption is that it was placed there to keep a malevolent spirit out of the apartment, right?
Right. That is the fundamental purpose of a ward. You put it up to keep the bad things away,
Right.
protect the family.
But consider the Ito Byobu screens they used to sell at their gallery in Ginza.
Oh, no.
Objects structurally designed to partition and conceal. What if the talisman wasn't placed there to keep a spirit out? What if that ward was deliberately placed behind that mirror to trap a malevolent spirit inside that room with Yukino and her husband?
Oh, wow. That completely flips the architecture of the entire room.
And if it is the latter, if that hidden talisman was actually acting as a metaphysical lock on a cage, what exactly did Kagura just unleash upon the city of Tokyo by breaking that glass?
Man, that's a deeply terrifying thought to end on. If you break the lock, you open the door. Thank you all for joining us on this deep dive into the dark, incredibly complex...
All right, here we go. Now we gotta find out.
Until next time, keep questioning the shadows.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you, robots. Thank you, robots, for your help there. Thank you, robots, for your help there. Here, I'm gonna put this on while I set it up. See what this has while I set it up.
Deep inside the precinct is a room called
too loud.
Records and Collections. It serves as the dumping ground for cases where police work meets urban legends. The team here consists of Detective
Bro, look at him. That's wild.
Junior Kazami and his partner, Kagura. Kagura is a hulking black belt martial artist, but he possesses one major vulnerability.
That's amazing.
He is terrified of the paranormal. Their boss, Indoor Ranko, spends almost all of her time staring at a
I love the
television
pictures
screen.
in this video.
Behind that lazy exterior, she is a highly trained exorcist who handles ancient spiritual threats off the books. This diagram shows a surveillance web closing in on Detective Kazami. He is secretly being monitored by an Illuminati-style organization.
True.
An Illuminati-style organization is a secretive, elite syndicate believed to control events from behind the scenes. The officers here face cases that defy natural laws. This precinct acts as a metaphysical stress test, designed by shadowy observers to see how rational human minds react when confronted with impossible phenomena. On a rainy afternoon, Kazami...
Now, we don't really know why the thing exists. Look at Kagure! Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay.
and Kagura are walking through the empty precinct
Sure.
lobby